Ibrahim Rasool, South Africa emerged from the apartheid system in the 1990s after a long and bitter struggle. And you know a lot about that. You were part of that struggle. But to what extent does the legacy of apartheid still impact inequality and poverty in South Africa?
I think that that legacy is going to be with us for a while, and it's going to be dangerous in the sense that it is color-coded. I think that when you see white opulence and extreme black poverty, you have a recipe for social instability and social incoherence. And so already South Africa is becoming a bit of a fertile ground for populist politics. But what's keeping us away from out and out civil conflict is the fact that the state has continued to buffer the very poor against real hunger and all of those kind of things. And so we are having those legacies of education deficits, health deficits that are there, spatial inequality when people are condemned to poverty zones, and those poverty zones are then exacerbated by climate change, the absence of resources like water, and conflicts around those kind of things, and the displacement that is neither planned nor desired. I think all of those kind of things are going to be exacerbated. In a sense, what COVID-19 has done was not to bring more poverty, but to expose and exacerbate the existing fault lines in our society. And so it has shown up exactly what the legacy of this apartheid is and how fast we have to move to deal with it. And so I think that the state is going to be under enormous pressure to push through land reform, to make sure that, to use a South African parlance, that there's radical economic transformation. And at the same time, in its haste to deal with it, it must guard against the temptation of corruption. We saw that when there was the emergency spending on COVID-19, there were some, again, who fed at the trough to corrupt the process. So I think we're dealing with both objective and subjective factors, but it's undeniable that we are dealing with a legacy of apartheid, but we need to be able to deal with it in a way that doesn't make it a cliche of the past, but a real way in which to solve a problem.